During all the years of my married life, I tolerated her bullying because I loved her. But when I found out that she was cheating on me all this time, my approach changed immediately, and I took revenge for it. Be me, 38 years old Michael. Living in Phoenix, nice job, nice house, perfect life on paper. Just another Monday night when everything started falling apart. Work was shit that day. Had to stay late cleaning up someone else's mess. Finally get home around 8 p.m. House feels weird. Something's off, can't explain it. That heavy silence that makes your skin crawl. Look for Kate, my wife. Always in the kitchen at this time. Usually cooking something fancy or prepping lunches. Kitchen's empty. See an opened bottle of Merlot on the granite counter. 2 wine glasses nearby. One has deep red lipstick marks. Other barely touched, just sitting there. Walk through the house calling for Kate. Find her in the living room. She's on our leather couch, wearing this tight burgundy dress. Not the kind you wear for staying home. She's laughing on her phone. That soft kind of laugh that makes my stomach turn. Sees me standing there. Her face changes for a split second. Tries to play it cool. "Oh, hey, honey," she says. Waves me off like I'm nothing. Just catching up with an old friend. Don't ask who. Not gonna be that naive husband. The one who buys every excuse. Just stand there. Really look at her. She won't meet my eyes. Can feel something's very wrong. Like a string pulled too tight. About to snap. Just nod and walk away. Need more evidence. Not ready for this conversation. Not with only half the story. Next day, Kate drops a bomb. Claims she has to work on Saturday. First time in 4 years she's had weekend work. Something feels wrong in my chest, like a wasp stinging from the inside. She's dressed all wrong for the office. Wearing this short navy dress I bought her last Christmas. Those expensive heels she saves for special occasions. Gives me this empty kiss on the cheek. Feels like nothing. Just air and lies. Decision time. Get the kids settled with morning cartoons. Tell them daddy has a quick errand. Follow her car. Keeping my distance. Heart pounding so hard I can barely focus. Part of me praying I'm wrong. That I'm just being paranoid. She doesn't drive downtown to her office. Takes a different route. Heads to this fancy coffee place in the North End. Some hipster spot we've never been to. Never even mentioned. My stomach's in knots watching her park. There's someone waiting outside. Tall guy in an expensive leather jacket. Designer jeans. Looks like he walked out of a magazine. Watch her walk right up to him. No hesitation. No shame. She wraps her arms around his neck. Kisses him. Not some friendly hello. The kind of kiss that tears your heart out. The kind meant for someone you love. Gripping my steering wheel so tight my knuckles turn white. Think I might break it. Can barely process what I'm seeing. My wife? In another man's arms. Looking happier than she's been with me in months. No, I need proof. Take pictures with shaking hands. Phone feels heavy, like it's full of poison. Heart's beating so loud I might pass out. Need evidence? Not just for me. For whatever comes next. Watch them go inside together. Vision's going red. This isn't some one-time thing. Not a mistake I can ignore. This is betrayal in its purest form. And something tells me it goes deeper than I know. Spend the rest of Saturday in a daze. Drive home somehow. Park in the driveway. Just sit there staring at our house. Can hear our kids through the window. Oliver and Sophie playing inside. Their laughter floating out. Makes everything hurt more. Nothing will ever be the same. Kate doesn't come back until 4 p.m. Walks in casual as can be. Carrying some grocery bags. Acting like everything's normal. Hey, sorry that took so long. Says something about crazy lines at the store. Won't look me in the eye. Can't even face me. Hold back everything I want to say. Not yet. Need her to tell me herself. Need the whole truth. Won't get it by exploding now. Decide to dig deeper. That night while she's putting kids to bed. Find her phone in the kitchen. Left it unlocked? Like she doesn't have a care in the world. Like she's not destroying everything. Open her messages. Feel like a thief. Hands sweating. Heart pounding against my ribs. Find thread with Chris. That's his name. The guy who's ruining my life. Start scrolling up. Each message makes me sicker. Want to smash every dish we own. Messages about meeting up. How much she misses him. Plans for some getaway. Can barely hold the phone. Whole body shaking. Find hotel details. Someplace off Highway 17. Weekend plans disguised as work retreat. Everything's been a lie. Every late night at work. Every girl's night out. All of it was him. Keep scrolling. Find photos. Them together. His arm around her waist. Her head on his shoulder. She's wearing the red dress. Same one from our anniversary dinner last month. Feels like she's mocking me. Taking our memories. Wearing them for him. Hear her footsteps on the stairs. Quickly lock the phone. Put it back exactly where I found it. Lean against the counter. Try to look normal. Like my world isn't burning down. She walks in. Gives me that same easy smile. Been giving me that smile for years. Want to scream? Want to break something? Want to make her feel what I'm feeling? Force myself to smile back. Play the role. The clueless husband. For now, Next morning, make my move. Tell Kate about meeting old college friend for dinner. Complete lie, but she doesn't need to know. She looks relieved. Like she's getting free time. Take your time, have fun, she says. Gives me quick kiss. Tastes like deception. Instead of meeting anyone. Drive back to that fancy coffee place. Park across the street. Wait in my car. Know she'll show up. Feel it in my bones. Like clockwork. Around 6:30 p.m. see her car pull up. There she is. Not alone this time. Chris is with her. His arm around her waist. They're laughing about something. Look so comfortable together. Like they belong there. Like this is their special spot. Watch them leave the cafe. Get into his Mercedes. Follow them. Hands feel like ice. Head burning hot. Thoughts spinning like a tornado. Rage and hurt mixing together. They drive to that hotel. Just like in the messages. Cheap place with flickering neon sign. Rooms by the hour kind of place. Watch her go inside with him. She's wrapped around him like ivy. Feels like watching someone hammer nails into my marriage's coffin. Sit in the parking lot. Staring at that tacky neon sign. Mind racing at million miles per hour. Know I have to confront her. Has to be soon. Want her to look me in the eye. Tell me the truth. No more lies. No more fake smiles. Want her to admit it. Face what she's done. See the destruction she's caused. One mistake. Her choice to betray us. To betray our family. About to end everything we built. Drive home that night. Strange calm settling over me. Like the quiet before a storm. Seen enough. Learned what I needed. Kate isn't my wife anymore. Not really. She made her choice. Now it's my turn. Time to decide what comes next. Sunday morning. House feels different. Like I'm in someone else's life. Kids in backyard. Playing on the swings. Oliver pushing Sophie higher. Kate's in kitchen. Humming while making waffles. Acting like nothing's wrong. Smell of coffee and maple syrup fills the air. Cruel contrast to storm in my chest. Watch her move around. Flipping waffles with practiced ease. All I can see are those pictures. Her wrapped around Chris. Glances over at me. Gives me that fake smile. Morning sleepyhead. You were out late last night? How was your friend? Her voice sweet as poison. Almost makes me laugh. How was my friend? Have to grip kitchen counter. Keep my face blank. Mutter, it was fine. Look away before I lose it. Amazing how easily she lies. How natural it seems for her. No, I can't keep pretending. Feel like an actor in some twisted play. Running out of lines to say, evening comes. Kids watching cartoons downstairs. Find Kate in our bedroom. Folding laundry like everything's normal. Looks up when I enter. Catch something in her eyes. Fear maybe, or just crack in her perfect mask. Kate, I say. Keep my voice steady. Hide the anger underneath. We need to talk. She pauses. Hands freeze on stack of folded shirts. Gives me innocent look. Tilts her head slightly. Sure, what's up? Don't answer right away. Pull out my phone. Swipe to pictures of her and Chris. Hand it to her. Watch her face change. Color drains away. Eyes go wide. Staring at screen like it might bite. Blinks once, twice. Opens mouth, but nothing comes out. Silence stretches between us. Everything I feared becomes real. Guilt written all over her face. Way her shoulders sag. Way she looks at me with panic. Michael, I can explain. Voice shaking. Reaches for me. Like she could erase the proof in my hand. Step back out of reach. Explain what, Kate? Explain how you've been seeing someone else for months? Or maybe explain why you lied every time you left this house. The girls' nights, work trips. They were all for him, weren't they? Voice rising despite myself. Years of anger spilling out. She looks at me. Expression hardening. Not guilt anymore. Just irritation. Like I'm the problem here. Look, it wasn't supposed to be like this, she snaps. Dropping all pretense now? Chris understands me in a way you don't, Michael. Things between us haven't been right for a long time. And you know it. There it is. The blame? Trying to twist it back on me? Like her betrayal was justified. Because we hit rough patch. Feel my hands curl into fists. Not to hurt her, just to keep myself steady. You're really going to put this on me? I ask. Voice low, trembling. If things weren't right, you could have talked to me. We could have worked on it. But no, you chose to go behind my back. To lie over and over again? To break everything we built. You chose him. Kate's eyes narrow, face transforming. Don't recognize her anymore. Maybe I did, Michael. Maybe I chose him because I'm tired of feeling invisible here. Like I'm just existing. You never notice me anymore. You're always busy. Always distracted. And Chris makes me feel alive again. Words cut deep. Each one like shard of glass. Been busy with work, sure. Kids and everything else. Maybe took things for granted. But nothing justified what she did. She stares at me, defiant look in her eyes. Like she's daring me to argue. Like she wants to strip away. Every last piece of person I thought I knew. So that's it then, I say. Voice breaking. You've already made your choice. She doesn't answer. Look in her eyes says enough. Turn and walk out. Heart pounding, rage and sorrow crashing together inside me. Storm with no way of breaking. Go to backyard. Watch our kids playing. Their laughter in the air. Realize how much has to change now. Can't stay in home where trust is shattered. Can't stay with woman who looks me in eye and blames me for her betrayal. One mistake, one choice she made, had ended everything. Don't sleep that night. Stay on living room couch, staring at ceiling, thinking about how to tell kids, how to explain mommy and daddy won't live together, how I'll have to break their world apart. Keep thinking about their innocence, how to protect what's left of it, my sanity. Whatever future I can salvage from this wreckage, Monday morning hits like hammer. Everything feels like cruel echo of life I used to have. Kids at breakfast table, talking about school stuff, no idea their world's about to change. Sophie excited about art class. Oliver complaining about math test. Kate moves around kitchen, making lunches with robot precision. Her eyes never meeting mine. Made up my mind. Can't let this charade continue. Not for my sanity. Not for kids either. After school drop-off. Take day off work. Time for real conversation. One without pretense. One without family breakfast facade. Kate surprised to see me back so soon. Find her in living room. Scrolling through phone. Feet tucked under her on couch. Same position from that first night. When I caught her talking to Chris. Stand watching her a moment. She looks up startled. See flash in her eyes. Annoyance maybe? That I've interrupted her routine. We need to figure out what's next, I say. Voice steady despite adrenaline rush. Kate's hands still. Phone drops to lap. Sighs heavily. Like I'm just another inconvenience. Michael, can we not do this right now? She says. Leans back. Crosses arms. The kids. No, Kate. Cut her off. Step closer. We have to do this now. You owe me that much? They deserve to know what's happening. I need to understand where we go from here. She stares at me, long moment. Rolls her eyes. Fine. Puts down phone. What do you want to talk about? Do you want me to apologize? Do you want me to say I'm sorry? That I fell out of love with you? Words drip with contempt, each one cutting deeper than last. Apologize? I let out sharp laugh. No humor in it, just pain. You think an apology would fix this? This isn't about just saying sorry, Kate. This is about you deciding, over and over, that lying to me, lying to our children, was easier than just being honest. You were the one who decided what we had wasn't worth saving. She shakes her head, jaw clenching tight. Do you think it was easy for me, Michael? Do you think I wanted this? I tried. I tried for years to get your attention, to get you to notice me, to do something other than bury yourself in work and pretend everything was fine. Feel anger flare up again, hot and wild inside. Don't you dare put this on me. I know I've made mistakes. I know I've been caught up with work. But I've always been here, Kate. Always been here for our family. For you, point at her, voice trembling with rage, and you decided to turn your back on everything we built, on every promise you made to me. Moment of silence, thick and heavy between us. She suddenly stands up, face twisting into sneer. You know what, Michael? Maybe I did. Maybe I'm tired of being the one to hold everything together while you just coast along, thinking everything is fine. Chris listens to me. He actually cares. Chris, I repeat. Name tastes like poison. You mean the guy who meets you in shady motels? Sneaks around behind his own wife's back? That's the man you're willing to throw your family away for? You think that's love, Kate? It's a lie. Just like everything you've been doing for split second. See flicker of doubt in her eyes. Gone before I can be sure. She turns away, voice dropping low. You don't understand. It's more complicated than that. No, Kate, I say. Step forward, voice low but firm. It's simple. You broke us. You broke me. And now you need to tell me what you want. Do you want to stay here pretending? Lying to our children? Acting like we're still perfect family? Or are you ready to own up to what you've done? She turns around, eyes cold as winter. You think I'm just going to walk away? Leave my kids? Leave this house? Let you play the martyr? This is my home too, Michael. I'm not going anywhere. That's when it really hits me. She's not sorry, not remorseful. To her, this is just power struggle. Battle over who gets to stay, who gets to claim life we built. She has no intention of admitting wrong, no intention of making this right. Ready to fight for every inch of this wrecked marriage. For every piece of life she shattered, strange calm settles over me. Finally see truth. Woman standing in front of me isn't person I married. She's stranger now. Looks like Kate, but lost every trace of warmth, every bit of kindness. That made me fall for her. Nod slowly. Feel weight of decision. Heavy in my chest. Fine, I say. Voice barely whisper. If that's how you want it, that's what you'll get. But I'm not staying here pretending. Not for you. Not for anyone. We're done, Kate. I'll talk to lawyer tomorrow. You can stay here for now. But I'm taking the kids. They deserve to be around someone who actually cares about them, not someone who's too busy. Sneaking around with Chris, for first time, real fear flashes across her face. You can't just take them, Michael. Hold her gaze. Let my expression harden. Watch me. Turn and walk out, hands trembling, but resolve unshakable. Hardest decision ever made. Know its only way. To protect what matters most. Tried to understand. Tried to find way through lies. But Kate burned every bridge, left nothing but ashes. Spent too long hoping we could fix this. Now realize woman I loved is gone. Replaced by someone who sees our life as disposable. That's something I can never forgive. Spend night in cheap motel. Walls thin as paper. Can hear everything from next room. People arguing, someone laughing. Heavy things being dropped. World outside keeps spinning, like nothing's changed. While minds split apart, lie on squeaky bed. Stare at water-stained ceiling. Keep replaying conversation with Kate. Over and over in my head, looking for some clue. Some hint of something worth saving. There isn't any. Next morning find lawyer. Never imagined this. Sitting across from stranger in suit. Explaining my situation. Wife's betrayal. What I want to do about it. Lawyer, Mr. Patterson, stays calm. Professional. He's heard it all before. Explains my options. Custody arrangements. House division. The whole process, it's all clinical. The way he talks about taking apart my life into manageable pieces. Just nod along. Sign papers. Feel weirdly detached. Like watching someone else. Taking these steps. Go back home that afternoon. Ready for whatever comes. Not sure if Kate will be there. Part of me hopes she isn't. Maybe she's with Chris. Running from mess she made. Open front door. Find her in kitchen. Again. Like nothing happened. She's chopping vegetables. Back turned to me. For a brief moment, just stand there watching. Looks so normal. So painfully domestic. Feel surge of anger rising again. We need to talk, I say. Voice sharper than intended. She flinches. Turns to face me. Can see she's been expecting this. Face set in stubborn line. Eyes narrow to slits. Are we really doing this now, Michael? She asks. Voice tired. Almost bored. Like I'm bothering her. Take deep breath. Step closer. Yes, we are. I went to see lawyer today. I'm filing for divorce. Kate's hands freeze. Knife clatters onto wooden cutting board. Face goes pale, but see defiance flickering. Behind the shock, you can't just decide that on your own. We need to talk about this. About what's best for the kids. Shake my head. I did talk about it. With myself. I'm not going to stay here while you carry on with him. Lying to our faces every day. You made your choice, Kate. And I'm making mine. She opens mouth. Nothing comes out. Looks down at counter. Fingers curling into fists. So that's it? She finally says. Voice shaking. You're just going to walk away? Walk away? Let out bitter laugh. You're the one who walked away from us. The moment you decided to be with Chris. I tried, Kate. Tried to find way to make sense of this. But you made it clear. I don't matter to you anymore. Only thing left now is to figure out what happens next. She glares at me, eyes blazing with anger. And what happens next, Michael? You think you're just going to take the kids? Leave me here with nothing? You think I'm going to let you do that? Take another step closer, hands trembling. Not from fear, from determination. I'm not taking them away from you, but I am taking them with me. We'll figure out custody, but I refuse to let them live. In house full of lies, if you want to fight me on this, then go ahead. But I promise you, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure they're safe, away from this mess you created. For a moment, think she might scream, might lash out. Instead, her shoulders slump, looks at me. First time in weeks. See something real? Fear. Raw and unguarded. Almost feel sorry for her. Almost. You really think you're perfect? She asks. Voice cracking. You think you're blameless. But you're not. You pushed me away, Michael. You stopped caring about me long before I met Chris. Swallow hard. Words hit like stones. Maybe there's truth there. Maybe I was absent, too caught up in work, in everything else. But that's no excuse for what she did, for how she chose to destroy us instead of trying to fix things. Maybe I wasn't perfect, I admit. Voice low, almost whisper. But I didn't betray you. I didn't lie to you. I didn't destroy our family. Because I was unhappy. You did that, Kate. You and only you. She looks at me, eyes wide, mouth open, like she wants to argue, but no words come. Can see her walls cracking. She wasn't expecting this. Thought I would fight to keep her, that I would beg her to stay. But I'm done. Seen enough. Turn away, head towards stairs. I'll be staying in guest room for now. I'll let you know when I plan to move out. We'll tell kids together. Once we figure it out, hear her sob. Just once. Raw, choked sound echoes through quiet house. Don't turn back. Can't let myself be pulled into her pain anymore. Have my own pain to deal with. My own heart to mend. Know I have to be strong. For my kids, Kate's tears aren't my concern anymore. Climb stairs slowly. Feel strange sense of relief, like heavy weight lifted. Off my shoulders. No hardest part still ahead. Telling the kids, splitting our lives in two. But also no, finally taken control. Kate shattered everything we had, but I'm determined to pick up what pieces I can. Build something new. No going back now. Painful as that is, it feels right. Truth is out. Masks are off. Can't pretend anymore. Life I thought I had is gone. But for first time in weeks, can see way forward, way to heal, way to rebuild, way to start again. Hardest part was telling kids. Spend next few days rehearsing, standing in front of bathroom mirror. Words getting stuck in throat. How do you explain to innocent children that their world's about to change forever? How do you shatter their security while trying to hold on to love and stability they need? Kate and I barely speak, like ghosts haunting different corners of what used to be our home. She knows what's coming. Think she's scared too. In her own way. Agree to do it Saturday, over breakfast. Have whole day to handle aftermath. Can tell she wants to delay, but I'm firm about it. Longer we pretend. Worse it will be. Saturday morning arrives. Feel like walking to execution. Kids at kitchen table. Their faces light up when they see me. Sophie gives me big smile. Daddy, look! I drew picture of all of us at aquarium. Holds up crayon drawing. All of us together. Standing by dolphin tank. Everyone smiling. Heart feels like it's being crushed. Version of us that's about to disappear. Forever. Kneel down beside her. Brush strand of hair behind her ear. That's beautiful, Sophie. Voice barely steady. Can you sit down for minutes, sweetheart? Daddy and Mommy need to talk to you. And your brother. Kate sits opposite me. Eyes puffy from sleepless nights. Tries to force smile. Looks more like grimace. Take deep breath. Swallow lump in throat. Sophie, Oliver, begin. Voice cracking. Have to clear throat. Mommy and Daddy have something important to tell you. Sophie's smile fades. Little eyebrows scrunching together. Oliver, only 8, looks between me and Kate. Can sense heavy atmosphere. Wish I could shield them. Keep them innocent. Keep them unaware. But that's not option anymore. Your mom and I? Glance at Kate. She's staring at her hands. We love you both so much. But sometimes, grown-ups stop being able to live together same way. We've decided that we aren't going to be living in same house anymore. Sophie's eyes go wide, face crumpling like paper. What do you mean? She asks. Voice trembling. Are you leaving, Daddy? Feel my heart shatter. Words cutting through me like knives. Reach out. Take her small hand in mine. Sweetheart, I'm not leaving you. Never. I'm always going to be your daddy. Always going to be here. For you and Oliver. But Mommy and I won't be living together anymore? Oliver looks confused, eyes darting between us. Are we still going to be family? He asks. Voice small as whisper. Kate finally looks up, eyes shining with tears. Reaches out to touch Oliver's shoulder. Yes, sweetheart, she says. Voice thick with emotion. We're always going to be family. No matter what happens, we love you both. And that will never ever change. Sophie's face crumples completely. Starts to cry. Sound tears through me, like physical pain. Pull her into my arms. Hold her tight. Keep whispering that I love her. That everything will be okay. But no, it's not okay. Not really. It's going to be different. Going to hurt. Nothing I can do to fix that. Kate tries to hug Oliver, but he pulls away. Little face twisted with anger. Why? He shouts. Voice breaking. Why can't you just stay? Why does everything have to change? Kate's tears spill over. Reaches for him again, but he stands up, pushes chair back hard, runs to his room. Door slams. Sound echoes through house. Final punctuation. To moment I've dreaded since this began. Hold Sophie until sobs turn to sniffles. Her small body heavy against mine. Keep kissing top of her head. Whispering over and over that I love her. That we're going to be okay. When Sophie finally calms down, lead her to living room. Set her up with favorite show. Some anime about magical cats. Promise I'll be right back. Walk back to kitchen. Kate's still sitting there. Tears quiet now. Expression empty. She looks up at me. Eyes red and swollen. For a moment, we just stare. Weight of everything settling between us. You think this is easy for me? She whispers. Voice barely audible. You think I wanted to break their hearts like this? Shake my head. No, Kate. Don't think it's easy for you, but it's consequence of what you did. You made choice, and this is where it led. It's hard for all of us, but especially for them. Now we need to do whatever we can to make it right for them. She nods, looks away, eyes glazing over. I know, she says softly. I know I messed up, but I love them, Michael. I love them so much. For first time in weeks, feel something soften in me. Tiny spark of empathy for her pain. She's still their mother. Despite everything, she loves them. We both do, somehow. Despite all anger, all betrayal, we're going to have to find a way to make this work for them. Then let's focus on that, I say. Voice steadying. Let's make sure they come first. No matter what. She looks up, eyes filled with something. Haven't seen in long time. Regret, maybe. Even hint of woman I once loved. She nods. Lips press into thin line. Okay, she whispers. For them, leave her sitting there. Walk back to living room. Sit next to Sophie. Wrap arm around her shoulders. She leans into me. Eyes fixed on TV screen. Know that no matter what happens between me and Kate, I'll fight for these moments. Fight for my kids, for their happiness, for their sense of safety. Can't save my marriage, but can still be father they need. That, at least, is something worth holding on to. Days that follow are strange. Mix of normal and chaos. Sleep in guest room. My clothes stuffed in navy duffel bag. Sitting at foot of bed. Kate and I move around each other. Like two strangers. Forced to share space. That doesn't feel like home anymore. Kids are confused. Ask every night. If things can go back to how they used to be, each time find myself. Loss for words. Pain in their eyes. Hardest part of all this. Have to remind myself, even if I hate Kate for what she did, kids need us both. One afternoon while Kate's out, start packing my things. Call my friend James. Offered me his spare room. Until I find my own place. Shows up with his pickup truck. Helps load my boxes. Doesn't ask too many questions. Knows what happened. At least broad strokes. Gives me that silent support. Only real friend can offer. Feels surreal. Moving my life into back of his truck. Box after box. Filled with remnants. Of life that just fell apart. Every time place box down, feels like putting away piece of myself. Memories. Hopes. Promise of future. That no longer exists. Oliver and Sophie at school. Small mercy. Won't have to see me leave. Won't have to watch their father walk outdoor, even if just temporary. When finished, stand in empty guest room. Stare at bare mattress. Empty dresser. This room been my prison. Past few weeks, something final. Something heartbreaking. About leaving it behind. Walk downstairs slowly. Kate comes through front door. Must have seen James's truck outside, because her face goes pale. Moment our eyes meet. Looks at boxes in my hands, then back at me. Mouth opens, like she wants to say something. But words don't come. Set boxes down by door. Take deep breath. Turn to face her. I'm leaving today, I say. Simply as I can. She nods, eyes filling with tears. I didn't think it would be so soon, she whispers. It's time, I say. Keep voice cold, detached. Don't want to be angry anymore. Just tired. Tired of all of it. Ready to be done with this chapter of life. I'm taking kids this weekend. I'll pick them up after school. We can work out schedule from there. But for now, think we all need some space. She steps forward, voice breaking as she speaks. Michael, I know I can't take back. What I did, I know I hurt you. I've ruined everything. But I want you to know that I'm sorry. I never meant for it to end like this. Look at her. Really look at her. For first time realize, don't feel same rage anymore. Still hurt. Still wounded, but anger drained away, leaving me almost empty. Sigh. Shake head slowly. Kate, I believe you're sorry. But it doesn't change what happened. You made your choices. Now I'm making mine. Tears spill down her cheeks. Doesn't try to stop them. What about kids? She asks. Voice trembling. I don't want them to hate me, Michael. I don't want to lose them. Swallow hard. Feel own throat tighten. They won't hate you, Kate. They're confused and hurt. But they love you. You're their mother. Nothing will change that. Just be there for them. Be honest with them from now on. That's all we can do. She nods, wipes eyes with back of hand. Moment of silence between us. Heavy with everything lost. Without another word. Pick up boxes. Carry them out to truck. James waiting there. Leaning against driver's side, face carefully neutral. Gives me small nod. Signal that he's there. Whatever I need, climb into passenger seat. Slam door shut as we pull away. Glance back at house. House that was once my home. Kate stands in doorway. Her figure getting smaller. In side mirror. Until finally disappears. Drive to James's place is quiet. Neither of us saying much. He knows when to talk. When to stay silent. Grateful for that. When we arrive, carry boxes up to small spare room. He cleared out for me. Not much there. Just twin bed. Old oak dresser. But it's start. Place where I can begin again. That night. Sit on edge of bed. Staring at beige carpet. Silence pressing in. Pull out phone. Scroll through photos. Oliver and Sophie. Birthday parties. Family picnics. Beach trips. Those goofy smiles they always have. Heart aches with longing. Promise myself. Will do everything in power to give them stability, even if means doing it alone. Send Kate text message. I'll pick kids up at 3 Friday. Let me know if they need anything. For weekend. Her reply comes instantly. Okay, thank you, Michael. Stare at screen long moment, then put phone down. No point dwelling on what's gone. Focus has to be on what's left. My children, my life, future I still have chance to build. Strange how emptiness feels. Both crushing and freeing. Free from lies, free from betrayal, but also untethered. Left to navigate life I hadn't planned for. Don't know what comes next. That terrifies me. But in this small room, with nothing but boxes and sound of traffic outside, find glimmer of hope. Not much, just tiny flicker, but enough. Enough to remind me, still have something to fight for. Still have chance to create something new. From ashes of what was, lie down on unfamiliar bed, stare at ceiling. Mind drifting to Oliver and Sophie. Their smiles, their laughter. No road ahead will be hard, filled with difficult conversations, painful moments, challenges I can't see yet, but also know, won't be walking it alone. Have my kids, have people like James. Who are there to help me get back up? For now, that's enough. Friday comes quickly. Spend whole week at James's, settling into new reality. Mornings are empty. Without chaos of breakfast, without Sophie's chatter, without Oliver's insistence on wearing favorite superhero shirt. Instead find myself with too much time, too many thoughts, echoes of everything that happened, everything gone wrong. James is patient with me, but even he can only do so much. This is my journey. No one can walk it for me. Hours crawl by like snails until finally time to pick up kids, drive to house, one that used to feel like home. Mix of excitement and dread. Missed my kids deeply, even though only few days feels like eternity. But seeing Kate will be another reminder of distance between what once was, what now exists. Pull into driveway. Oliver already outside. Blue backpack over shoulder. Sophie on porch beside Kate. Sight hits me hard. My children standing there, next to woman who was once my world. Strange uncomfortable contrast between past and present. Between life we had, one that's unfolding now. Daddy! Sophie yells. Face lighting up like sunrise. Runs toward me. Kneel down. Scoop her into my arms. Hold her tight. Oliver follows slower. Expression mix of excitement and uncertainty. Hug him too. Hold them both close. Feel their warmth. Like balm for ache in chest. Kate stands there. Arms crossed. Sad smile on face. Watches as I hug kids. Our eyes meet. Flicker of something there. Regret maybe. Or just sadness. That matches my own. She steps forward. Voice soft as whisper. They're all packed. Oliver has basketball practice tomorrow. Make sure he gets there by 10. Nod slowly. Of course. We'll be there. She hesitates. Touches Sophie's shoulder lightly. You two behave for Daddy, okay? I'll see you on Sunday. Sophie nods, lower lip trembling. Oliver looks down. Kicks at gravel. Can see pain in their eyes. Confusion still hasn't settled. Twists inside me. Reminder of how much they carry. Because of our mistakes? Kate gives me quick look. Turns back to house. Closes door softly behind her. Stand there moment, holding my children close. Watching that door, feeling finality of it. Then shake myself. Turn attention back to two most important people in my life. All right, you two? Who's ready for fun weekend? I ask. Try to inject enthusiasm into my voice. Sophie smiles up at me, eyes brightening little bit. Oliver nods, small grin spreading across face. Drive to James's place. Try keep mood light. Talk about their week. School stuff? Their friends? They seem to relax. Lean into familiar rhythm of our conversation. Feel a bit of weight lift from my shoulders. Maybe I can still give them what they need. Maybe even after everything, I can be enough for them. That night, make homemade pizza together. In James's kitchen, Sophie insists on arranging pepperoni in heart shape. Oliver carefully places every piece of cheese like he's solving puzzle. James joins us, joking with kids, making them laugh, until can see worry, slipping away from faces, replaced with joy. Remember so well, later when kids asleep, Sophie curled up in spare bed, set up for her, Oliver in sleeping bag. On floor beside her, sit out on back porch with James, cold beer in hand, staring at quiet street. Cool night air feels good. First time in forever. Allow myself to relax. You're doing all right, man. James breaks silence, takes sip of his beer, keeps steady gaze on me. I mean it. The kids, they're going to be okay. You're giving them what they need. Nod slowly, feel eyes stinging. I hope so. I never wanted this for them. Never wanted them to grow up. In two different homes, feeling like they have to choose sides. James sighs, leans back in chair. No one wants that, Michael. But fact is, you're here. You're showing up, making sure they know they're loved. That's what matters. They'll remember that more than anything else. Look down at bottle in hand. Turn it slowly. I still hate her, you know. Not all the time. Not every second. But it's there. The betrayal. The lies. Don't know if I'll ever be able to forgive her. James silent for a moment, then nods slowly. You don't have to forgive her. Not right now. Maybe not ever. But you do have to find a way to let it go. For your own sake. Holding on to that anger, it's only going to eat you alive, man. No, he's right. Anger been like fire inside me, kept me going when needed it. But now just burning me up, leaving scars. I don't want my kids to see. Take deep breath, let it out slow. Try to release at least part of fury. Been carrying. Weekend goes by in blur of small precious moments. Oliver's basketball practice, where he makes 3 baskets, runs to me beaming with pride. Sophie asking me to read her favorite fantasy book, little hand resting on my arm. As she drifts off to sleep, these are moments I hold on to, pieces of my life that matter. When Sunday comes, take kids back to house. Kate waiting on front porch. Eyes light up when she sees them. They run to her, voices overlapping with excitement, telling her about weekend. Stand back, watch as they hug her. She looks up at me. Our eyes meet. For first time, see gratitude there. Mouth silent. Thank you. Give small reluctant nod. We're not friends. Might never be friends again. But we're partners in this. For better or worse. Owe it to Oliver and Sophie to make this work. As drive away, house growing smaller. In rearview mirror, feel strange sense of peace. Not ending I wanted. Not life I planned. But it's something. Maybe just maybe, it's enough. Turn radio on. Let music fill car. For first time in weeks, find myself smiling. Not big smile. Not kind that comes with unguarded joy, but small one. Hint of hope. Still long road ahead. No, it won't be easy. There will be setbacks, moments of pain, times when loss will feel too much to bear. But there will also be new beginnings, new memories, new life to build with my kids and that I realize is worth everything.